Hello anybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and in the last episode, we got the 6th star piece, and finished off the Axum Rangers, and pretty much finished up the entire continent. See, that's 6 star pieces. And in today's episode, we are actually making the final preparations before heading off to Bowser's Castle, and we are going to be getting there in this episode, because we've basically already taken care of everything there is to take care of. If we come back to this guy after beating the Axum Rangers in this store, he has his third and final item, a metal plate. It's kind of vague in what it is, but that's his last item. And if you go to Toadstool, it turns out to be a frying pan. This is Peach's ultimate weapon, and it vastly increases her attack and makes her a viable attacker. Now, I'm also going to be switching Bowser out instead of Toadstool for reasons that'll become clear. Actually, I'm going to switch out my entire party and just to Geno and Mallow, just because it'll become clear once I go into Bowser's Keep itself, which again is going to be happening in this episode. We've taken care of pretty much everything there is worth taking care of. We've gone through all the lands, we've gotten 6 star pieces. All that remains at this point is going onward to Bowser's Castle for the final challenge. There's one more thing left in Monstro Town, but I'll take care of that at a different time. Not what I'm doing right now. So, first things first, head back to Nimbus Land. And because the keep is unassailable, we need to find a way to actually reach Bowser's Keep, because remember, the bridge is still out. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go and we're going to meet the king and queen and tell them that we got the star piece, first and foremost. Which, thankfully, it's not too hard to get all the way up there, although it does kind of take a while to walk there. And we are just about there. And here we are. Mom! Dad! Were you able to find the star, dear?
Yeah, the Axum Rangers took it away from us, but we got it back again.
That's wonderful. Now the star thing can be repaired, right? I guess not. You're still missing a piece, I take it.
The last star? Wait, the only place left to look is in Bowser's Keep. Yeah, we know. But there's no way to get in. Believe me, we've tried, but...
Yes, even Mario can't jump that far. Alright, I'll let you use the...
That's it, dear.
You should use the royal bus. Yes, Mallow, the time has come for you to take the bus. Why, when I was your age...
Really? Are you sure it's alright?
I mean, we are trying to save the world.
Of course, dear. I've ordered the repairman to have it fixed by the time you leave. You simply have to help Mario and the others to get that last star. You bet, Mom. Come on, Mario, let's go!
And with that all nice and done, it is time for us to make our way back to the main hub of Nimbus Land. It's actually faster to take this way out, and also, if you go back into this tunnel, you can get a flower. This is where you got the star when you were chasing Valentina. Now you can get one flower. And taking this way, again, is just the faster way out of getting through here and getting all the way back to where you want to go. It's faster than taking the manual way. How are my stats looking? Everything's all healed up and ready to go? Okay. Actually, come to think of it, I am going to switch Peach back into the middle of the party just because I want to show off the frying pan that we just got here. So with that being said, we're going to make one last stop at Garo's place. Hi, Mallow. This statue randomizes occasionally when you come in here now. Hello, Garo. Prince Mallow, that was splendid work. You are every bit a prince.
If it weren't for you, Garo, we'd never have pulled it off. We definitely owe you one.
Thanks, Mallow. I'm really glad everything worked out. Everybody's happy. Just wanted to say that one last little goodbye and thank you to a guy who helped us. So yeah, with that all being said and done, it's time for us to talk to this guy. The bus has finally been repaired. We can start operating again. Prince Mallow.
We want to go to Bowser's Keep. Could you give us a lift, please?
I've heard the story from King Nimbus. He'll be there in no time. And here comes the bus. that we are going to be taking into Bowser's Keep, our final chariot of justice. This thing's hilarious. Actually, the JB on the bus is supposed to be Jugum, which is Lakitu's Japanese name. So, how's the engine running?
Oh, it's purring like a kitten.
Could you take Prince Mallow to the entrance of Bowser's Keep?
Of course. Can't wait to get this thing running again. Come on, Prince. Hop on board.
And it is time for us to take the bus.
All aboard. We're off.
And we praise the heavens as we take our final flight to a familiar scene. We have conquered every part of the land. We have gone in a full clockwise motion, and finally we've come in a full circle all the way back to Bowser's Keep. With the people have gathered and gathering a view from Vista Hill to see the castle themselves, to see the castle itself. And we go in through the door, and it has begun. We have started the final dungeon, so to speak, of Super Mario RPG. Here we are, back home.
Ah, the scent of boiling lava. It's so nice to be home. Smithy's gonna pay for stealing my splendid castle from me.
And Bowser's back in our party. I would put him in my party, in my active party, but he actually scares away some of the minions that you fight in here. Enemies like this, the new and improved Terracotta that used to be Terrapins. If Bowser was in your party, recolors of standard Mario enemies, which include like Koopas, Goombas, Paratroopas. In that case, if Bowser's in your party, he will scare them away and they will immediately flee when it comes to their turn. And there is Peach's new frying pan. However, regardless of that, Bowser's mood has affected the monster. The monster's confused. This will happen regardless of, whether or not Bowser's in your party. Minions will get confused and start attacking each other, or rather have the odds of attacking each other. So not much else has changed about these guys. They're still fairly standard fare. However, their default physical attack is actually kind of changed. See, now they have swords, which I didn't really notice until this game, because usually I have Bowser in my party and they run away, but if you think about it, it makes sense, because these guys are brainwashed and fighting for Smithy now, and instead of using their fists, they're using Smithy's manufactured swords, so it kind of is a logical evolution. It's really cool detail that I think a lot of people would miss just by having Bowser in their party. All in all, though, that's basically all there is to say about the Terracottas, but they give great experience, and they're definitely worth killing. Now, there's a whole room full of these guys that you can fight, and I'm going to fight another one just for the heck of it, because now we get to see another new enemy. There are 6 new enemies in total in Bowser's Keep, and there's just a lot of enemies in general. The Forkies are just, they're freaky looking. They're like the Jabbies in Nimbus Land, obviously, but yes. 6 new enemies in Bowser's Keep, but all of them are recolors, and beyond that, this place actually features a ton of enemies from past areas. Like, we're going to be seeing a lot of them, especially when we get to a certain point. We're not going to be seeing them so much in this opening section, but the Forkies have come to their senses. Forkies hit really hard, as you can see right there. They mean business when you fight them, so you want to definitely be careful. Let's show off Mario's new move, Ultra Flame. Ultra Flame, like Ultra Jump, lets you throw fireballs it lets you spread the attack between multiple people. Not that I should have done that, because these guys don't take a lot of damage from fire. So let's show off Mallow's Star Rain. Now, you can actually get another jump off on that, even though it didn't do a lot of damage here, because I guess these guys have fairly high magical defense. Mallow thankfully didn't get hit by that, and those guys are terrifying when they have a little mini version pop out of their mouth. Oh god, that actually kind of hurt. These guys are definitely much more challenging than the Jabbies, and by much more, I still don't mean that challenging. Again, even at this point in the game, we're not going to be seeing too much challenge from these enemies, thankfully. Mallow gets an HP max. Peach gets jabbed by a fork and bashes that Forky with the frying pan, because why not? The frying pan, this is actually, if you played Super Smash Bros., you probably know that Peach has a frying pan in her arsenal, and this is the game where it originated, so it's really cool they kept that detail in, because the frying pan is just such a hilarious weapon, and it definitely tops off Peach as your battle cleric, somebody who can put up a fight as well as heal. So it's a nice final piece of equipment to have on her. Anyway, we're gonna get out of this room and into this section we had before, when this bridge is now covered in new Goombas. And another new enemy. We've seen 4 of the new enemy types that we can see here now. Star Cruster has very low HP, but very high physical defense. Let's see if we can't show that off. Oh, I still did. Oh, whoops. Well, those guys aren't really any different from the earlier crabs, who would attack you with bubbles and put you to sleep. Goo Goombas are, well, they're Goo Goombas. They will also run away if you have Bowser in your party, and they can also get confused. They also have Thornet, which can apply poison to people, and they have a thought. They think things. Let's show off another psychopath, just because why not, at this point. We're in the final stretch, we may as well look at some enemy thoughts.
Hey, maybe I can win.
It appears that Smithy has given the Goombas some confidence, some newfound confidence that they never had before. Let's take this opportunity to heal up because we are starting to take a little bit of damage to our HP. Nothing too much to worry about though. The Goomba does a little flip and a bite, but other than that, they're not really much different than they were before. And they're really easy to kill otherwise. They really don't have a whole lot going on for them. And with this final hit, we are going to knock out the Forky. That wasn't the final hit. What was I even talking about? Forkies have a lot of HP. Like, a lot of HP. But thankfully, these fights also give you a lot of money and a lot of experience, which even though we've spent most of our money, it's going to be handy to kind of build up on money. And we come back to this room, which is where we had our first confrontation with Bowser at the beginning of the game, and here we'll see the final 2 enemies that there are to see, Malakoopa and Tubbo-Troopa. Tubbo-Troopas won't run away if you have Bowser in your party because they don't technically qualify as the enemy type that we were dealing with earlier. Malakoopas are, well, they're Malakoopas. Let's see what you have to say for yourself, sir.
Just call me General.
So I guess these guys have fairly high attack. The Tubbo-Troopa is like the Heavy Troopa. They need a couple turns to charge up their attack. I don't know why Malakoopa hasn't done anything yet. And Mario got squished, but not for very much damage. Those guys, the Malakoopas, though, they do decent damage. Not a whole lot, though. And I'm not sure if they actually have any other special attacks beyond that. Nothing really worth mentioning. Tubbo-Troopas have a ton of HP, as you're probably aware, and I think these guys are both fairly weak to jump attacks. Heavy Troopa's ready to launch again, and Bowser's mood has affected the monster, and he is confused now. So we'll see if he actually does anything on that note. And we got Flower for Lucky. Are you gonna do anything, Malakoopa? Oh, you're gonna run away. That's another thing about the recolored enemies in this area. I'm gonna try and double my experience. The Goombas, the Paratroopas, and the Terracottas, if they're alone in a fight, they will run away. I wasn't even watching the shuffle that time, so it's probably for the best that I got through there. And we get chased up by Goombas! It might actually be in your best interests to go back at some point to Seaside Town and change in your frog coins for, say, the MP ring that lets you... Oh god. Yeah, you might want to consider getting the MP ring that cuts your MP usage in half, so that's really useful in this final stretch of the game. Now, when we originally got here at the beginning of the game, this was the end, but it turns out that there was a secret passage behind this statue that lets us go back here. I'm just going to heal up. Oh, where did we get a honey syrup? We're just going to top off our flower points, because why not? It's always good to top that off. I'm not sure if I mentioned yet, but the max flower points you can have is 99. I actually really like the detail of Bowser's mood affecting the monster and just kind of confusing his loyal minions, because it just goes to show that even with all of like the Smithy Gang's brainwashing, these guys still retain some of their loyalty to Bowser because he's just such an effective leader and just he's so memorable. And particularly when Bowser's in your party, they just lose the will to fight him entirely, and that's really cool. I really like that. I like that a lot. What are you looking at, Goomba? Okay, I'll just leave you to worry about that. What are you doing, Koopa? Oh, there was another Goomba over here. Oh, this is a nice combination of enemies. And see, for those 6 enemies, you get a huge 42 experience, and that is just awesome at this point in the game. Now that we've seen all the enemies, though, and what they can do, we're going to switch Bowser into our party, as he deserves, and get ourselves a full heal. So yeah, and we get attacked. And just there you see what you can do with the Star Rain if you get the timing down on it right. It's like Mario's Super Jump, but the timing is much more strict to getting it to actually work. I think you have to do it as the star itself is compressing itself downward. I've never been able to get it to work really, really well, and these enemies are just kind of resistant to magic and stuff as it is, so we're not going to see it at its highest potential. Damn you, Goomba. And Bowser totally sweeps the entire enemy team. Yeah, I've said it before that even though Bowser's magic has leveled off, it's not completely useless if you want to get a screen nuke, so that's nice. Now we come into this room, and it's Croco is just hanging out here.
Hey Mario, did you remember to use the save point? There's plenty of danger up ahead, so it's best to save now. You need anything? I've got some items to sell.
So Croco, of all people, is hanging out here, and he actually acts as one of your last shops in the game if you choose to buy from him. He doesn't have anything new, and I've already stocked up, so that's not something we have to worry about. If you come back here, you can actually get a little bit of money that you can put towards your funds, and actually this box does give you quite a bit of money to work with, like a good chunk. And then you get a full heal, just like the one in the previous room. And let's save. And actually, I think this is going to make a good stopping point before we go on to the next thing that'll take place ahead. I know this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video thanks to just the way that we're going to be cutting out battles, I'm pretty sure. But I think that'll work out just for the pacing of Bowser's Castle and the challenges we're going to see ahead. So if you want to see the different challenges that we're going to see further and deeper into Bowser's Keep, then I just hope to see somebody in the next one. Bye-bye!